The love of God is so awesome. And Lord, I thank you for your son who hung, bled, and died for all of us. Thank you for the love. And thank you for another day. And the word for the day is forgiven. Yeah, I did a video on this a while back. It got deleted. The power of forgiving. Which so many people don't want to hear this. Because there's too many people that don't want to forgive each other. But I'm finna step on some toes and bust on some people. If you keep calling yourself a Christian, a man of God, a woman of God, you ain't got no business walking around here not forgiving your brother and sister. And this one word, forgiving, has tore up a lot of churches, done tore up a lot of marriages, done tore up a lot of families. Because people do not want to forgive, but quick to say, I am a Christian. And holding on for years and years of stuff that happened long time ago that you can't even change. Well, she did this to me. If you was in my shoes and went through what I went through, you would have did the same thing. Now, the scripture teaches me to forgive. I've had some things done to me so cold-blooded, I won't even go into detail about it. And them same people I still see to this day. Even someone walk past my house and I smile and wave at them. How you doing, brother? God bless you. Because the love of God inside of me, it allows me to speak to my enemy. It allows me to speak to people that won't even speak back to me. And I don't even worry about it because I got love. So how can I be a Christian and be walking around here saying I can't forgive my brother or my sister? So many people in the church won't forgive. So many people go into church and can't stand people in the church. And the first thing they do when church is over is talk about them. Some of them talking about them while the service is going on. So many marriages are split up because somebody didn't want to forgive. And like 9 times out of 10, it's little stupid stuff. Now, you got good reasons why marriages break up, but sometimes it don't even be about somebody cheating. I can't forgive him. He did this to me. He yelled at me. He did whatever you want to call it. No, the Bible teaches you to forgive your brother and your sister. That's what I was saying in the video about Bishop Eddie Long. All those comments and people calling themselves Christians and putting their mouth on the man of God when you can't dictate who God puts in position to preach his word. And the Bible teaches you don't down talk your brother, your sister. You encourage them, you lift them up, and your first sentence is praise the Lord. The next thing you do, you're cussing somebody out. Oh no. This is ridiculous. And we got this twisted about forgiving. And we mixing that in and calling ourselves Christians. You know, I was looking at the Casey and JoJo show now. I believe it's called Come Clean. And they trying to straighten up their life. And they was going through one of the episodes with Big D, who was there with them from the beginning. But Big D left for 2 weeks. And at first, Casey didn't even want to forgive him when he came back. Yeah. But and I look at that and I thought of this video even looking at that. I said, people do not want to forgive. But KC wound up forgiving Big D and they got back cool. But just to make a long story short, he wasn't forgiving that man. And Pastor Jamal Brown was right there telling him about forgiveness. You know, how the Bible teaches us to forgive and move on. And people don't even agree with Pastor Jamal Brown being on these shows because he was on that Omarosa show and now he's on Casey and JoJo. He's a spiritual advisor and people got a problem with that. Yeah, because Casey and JoJo and them is smoking on there. Now, if God plant that man on there, oh, shout out to you, Pastor Jamal Brown. If God put that man in their life to help their life change, oh, people got a problem with that because he don't need to be around that. That's R&B. That's why I say you don't know where God will place you at to help somebody. And you can't be holding him down. And I thank God he ain't holding him down. Because he bringing himself down. He don't think up of himself no way, but he's bringing himself to their level. He know they cussing. He know they still smoke. You know, but they trying to change. So I'm tying this all in together. If God can forgive us, what's wrong with man and woman? Oh, so many pastors ain't spoke to their pastor friends and won't even go preach at their church because they can't forgive each other from the past. Too many people dwell on the past. I can't speak to my mama no more. I can't speak to my daddy. He left me. Oh, but you got to forgive in order to move on. Because what if Christ stopped forgiving us right now? What if the only choice we had was to go to hell? You think about how bad you was and how God had to deal with you in your life. I know I wasn't bad by myself. I believe this whole world should be able to forgive. when we had a man who hung, bled, and died and didn't charge us a dime and paid the price for all of us. And this is the way we would pay him and say we can't forgive our brothers and our sisters. Church folks, the most crucial folks out of all people is these church folks that's doing this. And you got people on the street that can forgive somebody quicker than some of these church folks. You remember back in the day when you was rolling with your homeboys, y'all might have got into a little fight or whatever, but after that it was over with. Oh, my bad, man. We back straight now. We cool. You know, that was just a misunderstanding. And you become a Christian, and these Christians can't even forgive each other. But calling themselves Christians. They ain't no Christian. You're a hypocrite. Yeah, I said it. You're a hypocrite. If you don't have the love that God say love, if you can't forgive your brother and sister, if you are judging individuals, you are a hypocrite. That ain't nothing godly about that. So quit trying to lie on God and hide behind Christianity, because God will pull the cover off who you really is. You got daughters and mothers that ain't spoken years, sons and fathers that ain't spoken years over something stupid. Well, I ain't gonna never forget what he done to me. You know, such thing. And they'll be the ones laying on the deathbed, and you got to go pray for them when it's time for them to leave. That's why I say you got to be careful what you do to people, because it will come back on you. But the power of forgiving, I thank God for it. Oh, I thank God for it, because if you can't forgive somebody, how are you going to move on? How are you going to have a peace of mind? How are you going to sleep at night and you sitting there plotting how to think of ways to get back at somebody and get even, when God already told you he will punish those who punish you? He also said vengeance is mine. He didn't say vengeance is yours. He said vengeance is mine. So whatever somebody done to you, he already going to have it taken care of. So why you trying to break your neck to get back even with somebody? I don't know why. And don't you know God going to hold you accountable for doing that? And God will punish you for going up against his word by trying to get even with somebody. So many people dead in the grave right now. Well, they killed my homeboy. He disrespected my sister. Oh, I can't forgive him. And wonder why sometime in life, you be wondering why people that done something to you done moved on and look like God blessing them, because they done already said, God forgive me for what I done to my brother, my sister. And God has just done blessed them, and you still sitting in the same boat because you stuck on stupid. And you can't forgive. And wonder why that person's life done move on and they being blessed. Holding in these grudges, church folks for sure. I already understand people in the world, but when you say you are born again, oh, how can you be having this power of forgiveness and not even using it? So many people go to church Sunday after Sunday. Can't stand somebody in the choir stand. Can't stand somebody in the pulpit. Oh, you done left the church mad because you ain't listening at the word, because you sitting in there focusing on what somebody done to you. And then when some people try to apologize, you don't even want to hear it. Oh, we got to quit being so stupid. Yeah, I call it just stupidity, straight out stupidity, because you want to keep doing what you want to do. I keep telling you, none of us was that good. And the power of forgiveness is so powerful. We got all this power, and we don't use it. I don't know why. Why we keep lying, talking about we representing Christ and being Christ-like, using the word Christian. When you take off the T-I-A-N, the I-A-N, you got Christ. Yeah, excuse me, Christ. So when you call yourself Christ-like, do you think Christ was just staying stuck on, I can't forgive somebody? I looked all up and down the Bible how he was so compassionate, how he just kept on healing, how he kept on praying for people, casting demons out of people. Oh yeah. Do not judge. You too will be judged before my Father. I've never seen Jesus beat a man down when they was already down. When he gotten beaten down himself. Yeah. He did tell his disciples, one of you will deny me. But do you think he loved his disciples any less? He had 12 disciples that he handpicked himself. And you think all of the disciples was right? No, Jesus forgave with everything. He forgave. People talked about him. People spit on him. People cussed him out. He forgave. And he forgives all of us. What if he would have stopped working on us and gave up on us? Oh, the power of forgiving. God bless you.